Top Glove Corp's shares slipped below 70 cents today, falling as much as 7 cents or 9.15% to 69.5 cents, its lowest since more than 5 years ago, ahead of its fourth quarter FY22 and full year results tomorrow. Top Glove was the most active stock on Bursa Malaysia. It pared its losses for the day, settling 6 cents or 7.84% lower at 70.5 cents, with some 110.71 million shares traded. The counter's shares are down 75% in the past year. The last time Top Glove saw its share price traded below 70 cents was on May 9, 2017, when it finished at 68.5 cents. To recap, for 9-month FY22, the glove maker reported earnings of 288.56 million ringgit compared with 7.26 billion ringgit in the corresponding period, a 96% plunge year-on-year. Its revenue during the period fell 68.5% to 4.5 billion ringgit. A Bloomberg report today noted that Top Glove may post a fifth straight quarterly slump in profit as weak demand for protective gear globally and oversupply keeps selling prices depressed. Competition from new entrants have also hurt earnings at local glove makers in the past year. The Bloomberg report noted that at least one brokerage, Citigroup, expects the world's largest glove maker to suffer its first quarterly loss in data going back to 2001. According to analysts' consensus estimates gathered by Bloomberg, Top Glove is expected to post a net income of 19.8 million ringgit for its upcoming fourth quarter FY22. Currently, there are 1 buy, 7 hold and 15 sell calls by analysts on the stock, with an average target price of 88.72 cents, a 25.8% upside from today's close of 70.5 cents. Malaysia's 5G network rollout is progressing, having reached 27% as at the second quarter of this year. But Communications and Multimedia Regulator MCMC foresees challenges ahead at state-level deployment, no thanks to red tape by local authorities. MCMC COO Datuk Muhammad Ali Hanafiah Muhammad Yunus was delivering the latest quarterly update for Phase 1 of Jendela today. He said the initial rollout in the Klang Valley, Cyberjaya and Putrajaya may be smoother, but at state level, DNB is in for challenges similar to those faced by all telcos. The entity began rolling out 5G since the fourth quarter of last year and aims to reach 37% population coverage by the end of this year. Muhammad Ali Hanafiah said, as at the second quarter of 2022, 4G population coverage has reached 95.85% versus the Jendela Phase 1 target of 96.9% by the end of the year, while premises passed has reached 7.2 million versus the 7.5 million target. In terms of speed, he said average speed has reached 47.04 megabits per second as at the second quarter of 2022, surpassing the targeted 35 megabits per second. He said MCMC is quite confident of hitting the targets set for Jendela Phase 1 come year end. Proton Holdings has returned to South Africa after a 10-year hiatus, with the relaunch of the brand by Proton's official distributor, Combined Motor Holdings (CMH). In a statement today, Proton said the event coincides with the local launch of the Proton X70 and Proton X50. Both models are now available as completely built-up models to customers in South Africa and will be joined by the Proton Saga later in the year or the beginning of 2023. CMH CEO Jeb McIntosh said the company sees a gap in the market for a quality SUV within an affordable price bracket. The plan is to have 25 dealers in South Africa within 6 months, the first 17 of which have undergone sales and technical training. Meanwhile, Proton Deputy CEO Roslan Abdullah said for 2022, export sales as at the end of August stood at 4,040, an increase of 33.9% over the total number of sales for 2021. It is confident of achieving 6,000 in exports sales this year and will work on identifying suitable partners to gain entry to more countries to achieve bigger goals in the future. Yinson Holdings has acquired a majority stake in turnkey solar company Ecosola Solutions or Ecosola, marking its foray into the Indonesian energy market. In a statement, Yinson said the stake was acquired via its renewables division, Yinson Renewables, and described Ecosola as a well-established solar system provider in Indonesia with a track record in delivering residential and commercial rooftop solar systems across Bali, Gili, East Java and West Nusa Tenggara. Yinson said the acquisition aims to enable Ecosola to provide all-in-one zero-capital solutions, expand its project portfolio and establish itself as an independent power producer in Indonesia and beyond. The firm said a zero-capital arrangement allows businesses to install rooftop PV systems with no upfront cost and benefit from reduced electricity tariffs over a 15 to 20-year tenure. Yinson Renewables CEO David Brunt said the deal will further build the company's presence and pipeline in Asia. With a nascent renewable energy market, he noted that Indonesia is poised to be a major hub of energy transition. The Malaysian Aviation Commission, or MAVCOM, has advised the aviation industry to take heed of consumer complaints as air travel continues to regain momentum. The aviation regulator said this in a statement issued in conjunction with the release of its consumer report for the first half of this year. It said it received 1,251 complaints during this period, of which 1,240 were related to airlines, while 11 were related to airports. According to MAVCOM, the 1,251 complaints illustrate an increase of almost 8 times more than the 157 lodged within the corresponding period last year. AirAsia received the highest number of complaints at 527, followed by Malaysia Airlines at 509 and Batik Air at 99. For every million passengers carried, Malaysia Airlines recorded the highest number of registered complaints with 199, followed by Batik Air with 167 and AirAsia with 95 complaints. MAVCOM said flight rescheduling, flight cancellations and online booking collectively contributed to 46.1% of 577 of the total complaints filed.